Welcome to Korean Cinema Channel. Today I would like to send you the following news. In a world where love stories often tread familiar paths, Possessive Love, Zhang Yiying, starring Zhao Zhendong and Yiying explodes onto the screen like a thunderclap, refusing to let its audience look away. From the very first frame, the chemistry between these two actors seizes the viewer, a magnetic pull that makes every glance, every touch, feel like an electric shock. The plot, which might have seemed like a typical tale of romance and rivalry on paper, is transformed into a living, breathing storm of desire, heartbreak, and redemption. By the time the final scene arrives, audiences are left gasping, hearts pounding, unable to forget the raw, unfiltered intensity of a love that refuses to be tamed. Zhao Zhendong embodies the archetype of the stoic yet tormented male lead, but his performance goes far beyond mere brooding. Every measured glance and subtle gesture is loaded with history, unspoken regrets, hidden longing, and the fierce protectiveness of a man who knows he cannot live without the woman he loves. Yiying, by contrast, radiates a mixture of resilience and vulnerability, portraying a heroine whose heart has been wounded but whose spirit refuses to be broken. Together, they navigate a narrative of obsession and devotion, of love that is at once suffocating and liberating, and of a bond that neither time nor circumstance can sever. The brilliance of possessive love lies in its refusal to shy away from intensity. Scenes of confrontation are electric, charged with emotions that simmer beneath the surface and erupt in moments of verbal and physical intimacy. Zhao Zhendong's controlled dominance contrasts beautifully with Yiying's fierce independence, creating a tension that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats. Whether it is a whispered confession in the dark or a STRM of tears in the rain, every interaction feels real, immediate, and impossible to ignore. The character's love is neither gentle nor tame, it is passionate, relentless, and utterly consuming. As the drama unfolds, viewers are drawn into a vortex of desire and emotion, watching as the two leads oscillate between moments of painful misunderstanding and breathtaking closeness. The series explores how love can be both a sanctuary and a prison, how the ties that bind two people can simultaneously heal and wound. Zhao and Dee's performances elevate this duality to near perfection, making each scene a masterclass in emotional storytelling. The tension builds relentlessly, leading to climactic confrontations and deeply intimate moments that linger long after the credits roll. And then comes the finale, the scene that has left audiences around the world talking, a kiss that is as fiery as it is tender, as possessive as it is liberating. It is the culmination of every stolen glance, every unspoken word, every shared moment of vulnerability and desire. In that single, heart-stopping moment, the drama crystallizes its central truth: love is not always gentle, it is not always fair, but when it is real, it refuses to be ignored, denied, or forgotten. By the time their lips finally meet, the world outside ceases to exist, leaving only two hearts intertwined in a passion that refuses to release its hold, and proving, beyond any doubt, that some loves are too powerful to ever let go. Let's start with the male lead, Luchang, portrayed by Zhao Zhendong. Honestly, his raw grin should come with a warning label: it's that dangerously magnetic. There's something about the way he tilts his head, smirks with just the right amount of mischief, and lets his dark humor slide across the screen that makes it impossible to hate him, even when he's technically in the wrong. Luchang isn't just a character, he's a walking paradox, a man whose charm is a weapon, whose intentions are blurred between right and wrong, and whose every action keeps you both terrified and utterly captivated. He operates in shades of gray. From the moment he steps onto the screen, there's a tension in his presence that pulls the audience in like a gravitational force. He's a hunter by trade, but also a man driven by an obsessive devotion that manifests in dangerous, unpredictable ways. Threatening the heroine with medical fees, cornering her with his knowledge, playing the villain, it would all be terrifying if it weren't so intoxicating to watch. Zhao Zhendong's performance makes every morally ambiguous act feel layered with a human heartbeat, a vulnerability buried beneath the audacious bravado. The rogue exterior conceals a storm of emotions, a history of regrets, and a love so consuming it's nearly unbearable. And then there's the chemistry with Yiying. Luchang's devil-may-care attitude collides spectacularly with her heroine's defiant strength. She doesn't flinch, doesn't surrender easily, and that resistance only makes his pursuit more electrifying. Every scene between them is a pulse-raising dance of power, desire, and tension. A simple glance can send shivers down your spine, a barely audible whisper can make your heart race. Zhao Zhendong knows exactly how to make his intensity feel like a tangible force, and Yiying matches him step for step, her own blend of vulnerability and fire making the sparks impossible to ignore. What's truly shocking is how this character manages to straddle the line between villain and romantic hero. Lu Chang's schemes, his calculated risks, and his audacious bravado are thrilling, yes, but beneath that, there's a love that's uncompromising, almost dangerous in its honesty. It's messy, consuming, and utterly real, and Zhao Zhendong delivers it with a subtlety that keeps you guessing, when is it obsession, and when is it genuine devotion? The answer is both, and that duality is what makes him unforgettable. By the time Lu Chang leans in for a heated, long-awaited confrontation, every viewer is holding their breath. The mix of danger, desire, and raw emotion in that single moment defines his character, chaotic, magnetic, and heartbreakingly human. And in that instant, you realize that you don't just watch Lu Chang, you're caught in his orbit, helpless to resist the pull of a love that's as wild and untamable as he is. And then there's our heroine, Yiying, brought to life by Yiying, who has truly reached a new pinnacle of beauty and presence in this role. Gone is the sugary, playful charm we've seen in her past characters. In its place is a poised, intellectual coolness that perfectly embodies Yiying's character. From the moment she appears on screen, there's an aura of quiet strength, a subtle power in the way she carries herself, the way her eyes observe the world with both intelligence and caution. Yiying is the perfect blend of vulnerability and resilience. On the surface, she's gentle, soft-spoken, almost fragile, but beneath that delicate exterior lies a core of unshakable determination. Her willingness to become a custom-made girlfriend to protect her grandmother is just the tip of the iceberg, a single act that signals a depth of courage and ingenuity that draws the audience in. Every decision she makes, every word she speaks, is loaded with both purpose and emotion, creating a heroine who is as magnetic as she is relatable. The chemistry between Yiying and Lu Chang is electric, a storm barely contained beneath polite smiles and measured gestures. She doesn't cower in the face of his raw charm, she challenges him, pushes back, and forces him to confront the consequences of his audacious pursuit. Yiying delivers every micro-expression flawlessly, the slight furrow of her brow, the hesitant lift of her gaze, the quiver in her lips when her heart races, all of it translating into a performance that is simultaneously tender, heartbreaking, and intoxicating. What makes Yiying unforgettable is the tension she embodies, soft yet unyielding, cautious yet daring. She moves through a world of manipulation, danger, and desire with a grace that belies her age and experience. Yiying ensures that every scene carries weight, that every interaction with Zhao Zhendong's Lu Chang is an emotional roller coaster. The audience can feel her pulse, her hesitation, her inner fire, all as clearly as if they were standing beside her in that moment. Even in moments of intimacy or conflict, Yiying's character never feels one-dimensional. She is strategic without being cold, emotional without being fragile, and daring without being reckless. It's this layered performance that transforms the drama from a simple romance into a heart-thudding, edge-of-your-seat experience. By the time the two leads share their long-awaited, heart-stopping moments of closeness, it's impossible to separate the characters from the actors themselves. The subtle interplay of strength, vulnerability, and desire in Yiying's every move makes her not just a heroine to admire, but a force to be reckoned with. And in that moment, as her eyes lock with Lu Chang's, the audience understands that Yiying isn't just surviving this storm of love and danger, she is commanding it, and nothing will ever make her step back. Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next videos. Thanks.